Ron Morrison here. Hey, listen, you've all heard me talk about, or certainly blog about, the 2% rule, which states, of course, that any 2% increase in conversion rate of highly engaged visitors will outperform in terms of sales any 20% increase in overall website or additional website traffic, right? So a very short segment, a very short video that explains that in detail. Hopefully this will help you in your decision making with respect to your spend and or where you should focus your attention on with respect to your traffic on your website. And then I've got a fun question for you at the end of it. Again, it's very short. Hope you enjoy it. Talk to you soon. Let's talk about the 2% conversion rule in very simplistic yet detailed fashion. Okay, first of all, the rule states that any 2% increase in conversion rate of engaged visitors sells more cars than any 20% increase in quality website traffic. So let's take a look at that in action. You're a dealer and you say, hey, I need to sell more cars, right? So you talk to your super guru, your website strategist, your digital marketing company, and they say, hey, listen, we've taken a look at Google Analytics and what we see is, and particularly in AdWords, what we see is that there's significantly more search volume and you need more website traffic. So their strategy is drive more traffic. That's their strategy. So they say, hey, let's get a 20% increase. You've got 10,000 monthly unique visitors. Let's get you 2,000 more, right? So they say, okay, cool. And you say, rock and roll, let's do that, right? So they're going to drive more visitors. And just for this discussion, we're going to go with an industry average $3 per click. Yes, some of you get less than that on some campaigns, some more, but that's not the purpose of this discussion. So they get at $3 per click, you're going to get a 20% increase. You're going to get 2,000 more website visitors. Hang on a minute. That's making the assumption, of course, that those 2,000 visitors were visitors that had not been to your website, nor were going to go to your website, meaning they were new visitors and not cannibalized visitors. That's a whole nother discussion. Let's assume, let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they magically found 2,000 people that could not find nor would not have found you were it not for their strategy, their done right strategy, and their blue and green ad unit placed in Google, right? So they get you 2,000 new visitors. Well, the industry average website conversion rate is 2%. That means of those 2,000 visitors, you're going to get 40 leads. And of those 40 leads, the industry average in terms of lead to sale rate from an internet lead is 10%. So those 40 leads are going to drive you 4 sales. So let's take a look. $2,000 times $3 a click is $6,000 investment. Cool. $6,000 divided by 4 sales is a $1,500 per unit sold cost. Not cool. But hey, let's just say you're cool with that. Then, of course, those 4 sales times $2,000 is $8,000 gross. Woo, says the SEM provider. They drove you $8,000 more gross. Hang on a minute. The $8,000 less the cost of it gives you $2,000 in total gross earned. And again, there's an asterisk again. That's only if those 2,000 were definitively not cannibalized from organic and direct traffic that you would have gotten otherwise. Well, let's just say that it was all new traffic. That means $2,000 total gross earned with the drive more traffic strategy. Okay, let's take a look at the convert more of the right visitor strategy. Notice a little bit smaller total column, right? Because what we've not done is we've not increased the number of visitors. We just identified those 20% that are highly engaged. And yes, every website has 20% at least highly engaged visitors. The trick, of course, is to identify them, right? So here they are, they're identified. And what we do is we raise the conversion rate, that's the 2% rule, by 2 points. So now it goes from 2% to 4%. So those 2,000 engaged visitors become 80 leads. Those 80 leads with a 10% lead to sale rate become 8 sales. Let's take a look. So an effective conversion platform that's going to do that for you is going to run you somewhere around $1,000. Sometimes less, sometimes more. Let's just, for conversation, just say it's $1,000. Cool. Well, $1,000, but divided by 8 sales is now $125 per unit sold. That's getting a little bit better. Cool. 8 sales times $2,000 is $16,000 in gross. Hang on a minute. Again, we have to go through the exercise of removing the cost. So $16,000 less the $1,000 cost for your conversion platform gives you a $15,000 potential gross gain. Remember what the Drive More strategy was? That was a $2,000 potential gross gain. Well, as a matter of fact, let's just look at them side by side, right? So on the left, you've got your Drive More traffic strategy that can get you potentially $2,000 more. And the reason we say potentially is because we have to first verify that those 2,000 visitors were visitors that were not cannibalized from your organic or direct traffic. On the right, you have Convert More strategy, right? So identify those highly engaged visitors, convert more of them. Now you've got a $15,000 potential gross gain. $2,000, $15,000. Listen, $15,000 is more money than $2,000. More than 7 times more. $15,000 is more money than $2,000. More than 7 times more because the 2% conversion rule works. Any 2% increase in conversion rate of engaged visitors sells more cars than any 20% increase in quality website traffic. So you are now left with 2 questions. Question number 1. Do you want to keep your head in the sand and demand that maybe this search engine marketing stuff is definitely working somehow, some way, and pay ridiculous rates close to $1,500 per copy? Or question number 2, do you want to focus on your conversion? Focus on conversion rate. Focus on increasing the conversion rate of highly engaged visitors, thereby saving your store a ton of money and making more sales and making more money at the same time. I can hear the next question. Well, Ron, why can't we do both? Of course you can do both. But until you can prove that the Drive More strategy is not cannibalizing your existing traffic, then you're just throwing that $6,000 away, changing your $15,000 gain to a $9,000 gain. You drive more sales and make more money by focusing on converting the right visitors rather than driving more visitors.